All right, that takes us to tight ends for this week right now. And some news before we jump fully into this list here. Pat Freiermuth with the hamstring injury expected to miss multiple weeks. Chargers tight end Donald Parham suffered a sprained wrist on Sunday as well as the Chargers head to the bye. But Barry, as we look here, here's the tight end waiver targets heading into the week led by Jake Ferguson.
Yeah, I mean, look, Ferguson's available in about 47% of leagues, so, it's borderline there, but he's had at least 7 targets in 3 or 4 games. Here's what's interesting about him. 10 red zone targets, tied for most in the NFL. Back-to-back games with 5 receptions. Dak Prescott and his tight ends. He made Dalton Schultz a thing. Jake Ferguson is legitimate as well. The Bears offense starting to get better as well. Komet being a part of that as well. How about Zach Ertz? Again, we keep talking about Josh Dobbs and this Cardinals offense. Zach Ertz, one of 2 tight ends with 30 or more targets this season. It's him and TJ Hawkinson. It's incredible how much they're using him. He's got a 25% target share, which is most, in the NFL among tight ends as well. So Ertz should not be available in 74% of leagues. And then it starts getting dicey, right? I mean, Logan Thomas has the Bears this week. He's fully healthy. He's part of that offense as well. Tyler Conklin made some nice plays for Zach Wilson.
And it's the Broncos. Once again, you're just hoping for you believe in a touchdown if you stream Tyler Conklin this week and Logan Thomas.
And then you know what? There's actually, we talked about him some in the preseason, but, we talked about the tight end from Atlanta. We thought this could be a breakout year for him.
Very athletic tight end.
Very athletic tight end. We thought, hey, this is probably the final of the year for Jonnu Smith. Look, I don't understand it either.
This is nightmare fuel, this traffic.
We are in crazy town, but the fact of the matter is that Jonnu Smith has 1 less target, but 4 more receptions, over 50 more receiving yards, and more fantasy points per game than number 8, Kyle Pitts. 3 straight games, he's got a 20% target share. Jonnu Smith does, and I want to give credit here. So Evan Silva, former Roto-World guy, does a great job over at Establish the Run. He threw out this theory, and I think it's a great theory. I don't know if it's true or not, but I really like the theory, which is I wonder if Arthur Smith just doesn't like Kyle Pitts. That Jonnu Smith is more of his guy, a big physical tight end. I'm paraphrasing what Evan said, but in essence, that was his theory. It's just Jonnu Smith is just more of a football guy, just a big physical guy in terms of the kind of offense that they want to run versus Kyle Pitts, who's this, slim move tight end who's just not a
big wide receiver.
Yeah, just a big wide receiver, and just Jonnu Smith maybe just fits what they're trying to do in terms of the physicality and running the ball. So he's just out there. I don't know.
For a situation with no explanations, I'm willing to accept any explanations. So why not?
None of it makes sense. But the fact is, Jonnu Smith is 99% available, and if you would like to roster a tight end for the Falcons, it feels like he's the one you want. What world do we live in?
Jonnu Smith.
I don't know.
Sounds like a rugby player.
How about a couple defenses to stream here, Jay? The Lions got the Panthers on deck. The Commanders have the Bears and the Dolphins, hoping to take advantage of what is left of the Giants' offensive line.
Yep, Lions defense is just legitimately good. Aiden Hutchinson has been a monster. Brian Brandt wreaking havoc. Commanders D against Chicago, that speaks for itself. And then the Dolphins, if Seattle can sack Daniel Jones 11 times, it feels like the Dolphins can do it 5 times, so they will be a viable option as well.
Yeah, all these are viable streamers as well. Washington, by the way, 6th in sack rate. Just want to mention that as well.
For you.
3 of the 4 defenses to face the Giants have scored double-digit fantasy points as well. Fins up for the Dolphins. But you're like, okay, if I'm picking up all these players, Barry, then I've got to drop somebody. Who can I lose for my team? Who is welcome to Dumpsville?
Oh, no.
Population
Hey,
U.
Pitts.
At what point do you feel comfortable starting Kyle Pitts? Again, if you're not in a keeper league, if it's the same,
I'm holding on.
I mean, I don't know. You're holding on. That's fine. Knock yourself out. Literally, he can't He can't get more targets than Jonnu Smith, Jay Croucher.
That's true.
Dalvin Cook, A.J. Dillon on there. JSN, again, that's a second half play, but just it hasn't seemed to happen yet. We talked about Gallup, so Brandon Cooks makes the drop list. Josh Kelly, they're on a bye this week. It looks like Eckler's coming back the week after that. He hasn't been good so far. So to me, that's some of the guys that, I'm not saying you must drop them, but if you're looking for somebody on your team that you feel like, probably could lose that guy, those are some guys. Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and Rotoworld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.